Lechem. This is Reuven Klein from the beautiful West Bank city of Beitar Illit. If you're not familiar with me, I'm a writer, editor, translator. Here I live in Beitar Illit, and I wrote a few books: Lashon HaKodesh, History, Holiness in Hebrew, and God versus Gods, Judaism in the Age of Idolatry. One of the other things that I'm busy with is writing about synonyms in the Hebrew language. I write a weekly column for Or Sameach's website, which is syndicated in the Times of Israel as well as in the Jewish press, about synonyms in the Hebrew language. Words that seem to mean the exact same thing, but we try to explain what's the small difference between them. And that's exactly what we're going to focus on over here. In Parshat Korach, it says a very interesting word switch when it talks about Korach being swallowed up in the ground. In Parak Tes Zayin, Pasuk Lamed, Moshe Rabbeinu warns Korach, and he says, "V'imbriya yivra Hashem," if Hashem will create a new creation, "Upatzasa ha'adama spiha," and the adama is going to open its mouth, etc. And the next pasuk says, as Moshe Rabbeinu finished speaking, "Vatibaka ha'adama asher tachtehem," the ground opened up which was underneath them. And then the next pasuk, it switches, instead of using the word adama for the ground, it switches to using aretz or eretz. In pasuk Lamed Beis, it says, "Vatiftach ha'aretz es piha," the eretz opened its mouth. It swallowed them and their houses, etc. And the next pasuk says, the eretz covered them. And the final pasuk in this set says, the Jewish people, they fled away, they backed off from where Korach was encamped, because they were scared that maybe lest the land, the eretz, swallow them up. So here you have, in the beginning in the story of Korach, it says Adama twice, and then it says Eretz. Right? In Pasuk Parak Tes Zayin, Pasuk Lamed, it says Adama, and Pasuk Lamed Aleph, it says Adama, and then Pasuk Lamed Beis, Lamed Gimel, and Lamed Dalet, it says Eretz. So what's the difference between Adama and Eretz? One question. Second question. We find Eretz and Adama used side by side in another place, in our brachos. When we make a bracha on a vegetable, we say, Baruch atah Hashem Elokeinu melech haolam, borei pri ha'adama. He who created the fruit of the Adama. Yet, when we make a bracha on bread, we say Hamotzi lechem min ha'aretz. We thank Hashem for being the one who brings out bread from the eretz, from the land, meaning eretz. Now the question is, why by vegetables do we say Adama, and by bread we say eretz? It's the same question, similar to this question that we have by Korach, where it says both Adama and eretz. What's the difference between Adama and eretz? So, the Rishonim, for example, the Ritva in Brachas Taf Lamed Hey, and Rabbeinu Bachaye in his Sefer Shulchan Shal Arba, they both write that it could be that really we would have said Hamotzi lechem min ha'adama, just like we say Borei pri ha'adama, except that Chazal said that we want to make the expression used in the bracha for Hamotzi by bread, we want it to reflect or to mirror the usage of, or the appearance of bread in Tanakh. And in Sefer Tehillim, in Parak Kuf Dalet, when David HaMelech speaks about Hashem bringing us bread, it says, L'hoitzi lechem min ha'aretz. L'hoitzi lechem min ha'aretz. Hashem will be the one who brings out bread from the Aretz. And since David HaMelech in Sefer Tehillim uses the word eretz when it talks about bringing the bread from the land, so therefore Chazal also instituted the word eretz in Hamotzi lechem min ha'aretz to parallel the usage of David HaMelech in Tehillim. That's what the Ritva and Rabbeinu Bachaye say. But there's another approach to understand why, when it comes to bread, we make the bracha of Hamotzi lechem min ha'aretz, and when it comes to vegetables, we say Borei pri ha'adama. This approach appears in the Sefer Seder Brachos from Rav Michal Moravsky, who lived in the same time and place as the Maram Lublin. So the Seder Brachos says that there's a difference between the word eretz and the word adama. It says that the word adama refers specifically to the superficial topsoil level of the ground. It's the ground, but it's the uppermost level of the ground, the uppermost crust of the ground. On the flip side, the word eretz refers to the entirety of the earth, all the way down to the core. It goes even deeper than the adama. The adama is just the superficial top level, and the eretz goes deep down. So Seder Brachos from Rav Michal Moravsky, or also known as Marchovsky or something like that. So he says that when it comes to chita, when it comes to wheat, So apparently wheat has, the roots of the wheat penetrate very deep underground. On the other hand, when it comes to vegetables, vegetables don't go so deep underground. So he says that when it comes to making the bracha on vegetables, we say borei pri adama, because adama refers to the top soil, the superficial level on the top of the ground, as opposed to eretz, which refers to going deep underground, and wheat has to penetrate deep underground. So we say the word eretz instead of the word adama, because wheat has to do with eretz because its roots go all the way down. That's what the Seder Bracha says. I don't know exactly how this works out. You'll have to speak to a farmer to figure out exactly how this works from an agricultural perspective. But this idea of adama being just the top level and eretz, penetrating deeper, is also echoed by the Malbim in Sefer HaKarmel, as well as the Tiferes Yisrael in Brachos Perek Vav. Based on this, Rabbi Yaakov Chaim Sofer, which, if you're not familiar with Rabbi Yaakov Chaim Sofer, he's a Rosh Yeshiva in Yerushalayim of Yeshivat Kaf HaChaim. He's a descendant of the Kaf HaChaim, very important scholar. You should get familiar with his work. Rabbi Yaakov Chaim Sofer wants to explain what happened over here by Korach. First, when the Torah talks about Moshe Rabbeinu warning Korach and the beginning of the ground opening up, so Moshe Rabbeinu uses the word adama. He warns him, Upatasaha adama at pia. The adama is going to open its mouth. And then afterwards it says, Vatibakaha adama. The adama opened up. But then after that it switches to the word eretz, because the adama is just the top. Once the top opened, now the deeper layers can start opening up as well. Then it says Vatiftach haaretz at pia. And then it says that the Aretz covered up Korach's people. And then it says that Jewish people were worried, Pentiv le'enu ha'aretz. So then it switches to Aretz, because it's speaking about the deeper recesses of the ground, of the underground. That's what Rav Yaakov Chaim Sofer says. Another idea about why we make the bracha of Hamotzi Lechem min ha'aretz, but when we speak about vegetables, we say Borei pri ha'adama, is found in the Sefer, in the Pri Megadim Sefer Teves Goyme in the end of Parshas Bereshis. The Pri Megadim has a very interesting idea. He says that the difference between Eretz and Adama is slightly different. He says that Adama, Eretz, refers to the land or the ground as in its sort of unadulterated, pristine, unblemished state. On the other hand, the word Adama connotes or alludes to the land or the ground in its cursed or less perfect state, in its more corrupt state. He points out that when Hashem curses the Adama in Parshas Bereshis, it says Arur ha'adama. So there you see the word Adama is associated with the cursedness of the land. So the Pri Megadim says that when we make the bracha on vegetables, we say Borei pri ha'adama, because Adama, in that bracha, we're thanking Hashem for His mercy in giving us vegetables from the land, even though the land is cursed. So we say Borei pri adama. That's talking about the current state of the land, where the sin of Adam Rishon has yet to be rectified. So the land is still cursed. But when we talk about the bracha on bread, so the bracha on bread is not talking about per se current times where the land is cursed, but it's referring to before Adam Rishon sinned. Chazal tell us in Mesachos Shabbos in Daf Lamed that in the future, in Messianic times, the land is going to give forth loaves of bread. It's going to just pop up. Loaves of bread. We can't do the special effects over here, but it would be really cool if we could have like the land just like open up, and then a loaf of bread will pop up. Right? So that's what is going to happen in the future. In the Yemei Mashiach, bread is just going to pop up from the ground. Okay? Because at the time of Mashiach, the sin of Adam Rishon, that he has to work, the onesh, the punishment that Adam Rishon received, that he has to work the ground in order to bring bread, that will be nullified. It'll be completely rectified, and Adam Rishon, man will no longer have to work the ground. So when we say Hamotzi Lechem min ha'aretz, we're focusing on the aretz of the pristine state of the land before the Chet of Adam Rishon, and our future hope that we're going to get to that state again. So we say bread is associated with that state of being. So we say Hamotzi Lechem min ha'aretz, because it's referring to that time when Adam Rishon is going to have his tikkun. I'm not going to elaborate on this point, but I will just recommend, if you're interested more on this point about the tikkun of Adam Rishon and the bread coming from the Eretz, I would recommend this sefer from Rabbi Shner Zalman Burton, who's a big Talmud Chacham in Flatbush. He also wrote a sefer called Urus Yaakov on Chumash. This is Mishnas Yaakov on the Moadei Hashana, and he speaks about why by Shavuos we say that on Shavuos you want to bless the Peros HaIlan, and yet we bring Shtei Halachem, 2 loaves of bread, right? So why are 2 loaves of bread a way of blessing the Peros HaIlan? So he explains that this refers to the fact that bread in the Mos HaMashiach is going to be like a fruit. It's just going to come off the tree or come out of the ground. And he also talks about how Shabbos represents the rectification of Adam Rishon's sin, and I think we're out of time, so we're going to have to stop over here. Thank you very much.